Hey there, Jakob. How you doing? Oh, wait, got something in my eye. How's your evening? How we doing, latency-wise, I wonder? This one seems right. It should be at low latency. Although it looks like I'm still behind the ball there. Doesn't look good. YouTube stream, you are slow. Got home late, worked way too much. Just got done eating dinner and sitting down in front of your computer. Right on. What was for dinner? Paninis. Ooh, very nice. What kind of paninis? Like, what do you got for the meat? You got ham. You got Parmesan. What are we dealing with? Oh man, I gotta fix that. That's driving me crazy. Hold on. Quick aside into YouTube Studio. I know you can't see, but I want to be careful about what I'm showing on the screen. So you got to work at 6 a.m. and you got home at 8:30 p.m. Ooh, that's a good long day. Sat in front of the computer all day and now you're in front of the computer again. But it's a different kind of in front of the computer. It's a totally different beast. My channel. Customize channel. We're looking for the little floater icon. Watermark. There we go. That needs to be changed. Oh God. Emily's locked out. I got you. Hold on. Take it easy, Lola. Take it easy. Hey. Relax. Okay. On your panini, you had Swiss Colby and rotisserie chicken lunch meat. Ooh, very nice. That sounds tasty indeed. Okay, for this one, it's just going to use the username as the profile name. Or, ooh, actually, okay, so this is not the profile name. This is the source ID. There we go. It is indeed code. How you doing, Melody? Completely forgot to post pictures of your cooking this past weekend. Oh, come on, you gotta do it. You gotta share. Okay. There we go. Now my watermark is fixed. That won't fix in the in real time in the stream, I don't think, but the watermark in the corner of my videos is the wrong icon. I need that to be better. Just shared them? Okay, let me see. Ooh, it did update in real time. Nice. I refreshed, and now it's the current logo. Right over my face. Just where it belongs. Ooh. Hold on, let's get that on the screen. Excuse me. Ooh. Look at that. Look at the cheesy crust on there. That looks lovely. When are you making me dinner? Yep. You made 2 of those pans? Oh my god. Yes. This is what we need out of the world. More of this. Was a big hit at work? Yeah, I bet. I bet it was. Looks fantastic. Okay, so... spent about 8 hours on a Saturday making the sauce and then made the lasagna on Sunday. Nice. The best sauce takes a lot of work. Just how sauce be. It's temperamental. Okay, so we want to remove user. Basically what I want to do is repeat this with some slight changes that we'll delete instead of confirming that it was located. It's always worth the wait though. Indeed, Melody. Yes. Always worth it. You don't put ricotta in there. You use mozzarella and Swiss and bechamel? Bechamel sauce. What? I don't know that word. Say it in French. Bechamel. Bechamel. How'd I do? Homemade slow simmered tomato sauce is possibly the best flavor humans have created. It's definitely up there. I gotta give you that. Okay, so in this case we say it equals not found. I guess we'll say user not found. Oh balls, I should be fine. String dot format. Let me say user 0 not found. And that's profile. There we go. Bechamel is basically butter, flour, milk, and spices. Ooh, that sounds very tasty. Nice creamy sauce. We get rid of the success parameter. It's not really necessary in this. Yeah, there we go. You let yours thicken too much so you had gravy? I'm not hearing a downside. We'll stick with source ID. And over here, well, for now, since we're just testing, I don't need to have it parsing any @ signs or anything like that. But what I'm trying to do right now is be able to delete the profile with the code also. Because we have it adding as per last stream. I added check for user today, so it can check to see if somebody's there. Now we want it removing a user. So if it finds it, then we need to copy this. Put that here. And what we want to say is if we found it, yes. Okay, alright. So what I want to do here is I want to remove that profile from the dictionary if it's found. So you want to say dict.remove, and then we are going to say user profile. Dot key. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then we want to say output. Output equals string dot format. Same thing. User 0 profile. Profile name. Oops. 1. Has been deleted. And then the username is source ID. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, hold on. At 3, comma, user 0, profile name, and then here we want to say user profile dot key. I should probably do this before I delete that key. Don't know if that's going to cause a problem, but I'd rather not risk it. That should be 2. And this is going to be username. Right now, they're the same person. because I'm not overthinking it, but I want to future-proof that a little bit so that it can handle it if one person wants to delete another person, and they're permitted to do that. Okay, so it's saying if you find that source ID and source, so that would be like unenlightened_live at Twitch in the list of user IDs, and that means you've found it. So then you want to delete that entire user profile and notify the user in your return output. This should work. Let's give it a shot. So right now... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not going to work. We have this, but I don't have it over here. We still need to add it as like a thing the bot can see. So if diagnostic delete me. Okay, then we just want to... I think I can actually just pull these guts exactly. Remove user. Okay, now we can test it. So we say, whoa, check for me. Did I change something in here? Because this was working a second ago. Source ID, username, and source. That'll be that. That'll be that. That'll be that. What's your problem? Check for me is what I ran, because that's what it's trying to do. That's so odd. Source ID, source, user profile dot key, username. What index is it referring to? Oh. Do I have to do those in order? Is that the problem? That might be the problem. I've never done them out of order before. Maybe I'm not allowed to. I thought I could. It's referring to these indices. Oh! No, it was... Okay. It was going 0, 1, 2, and 4. That's why. But that's fine. I'm gonna do both just to make sure. And I'll do it up here also. Make this 0, 1, 2. Okay, then we run it like that. And it should find me now. Austin. Found Austin at local. Profile unenlightened. Okay. And then delete me. Check for me. Cool. I probably shouldn't say nothing at all if it doesn't find you. Add me Potato Man. Added user Potato Man. Check for me. There I am as Potato Man. Delete me. Potato Man has been deleted. Piece of cake. Okay, so then let's take a look at the file. This should look normal. Just the template user and nothing else there. And then if I say add me Mr. Austin, I go back to this. There's Mr. Austin. Beautiful, exactly as it's supposed to be. Okay. Known internet alpha tester, UE Potato Man. He's the biggest in the game. I mean, if you don't know about him, you don't know the game. Like you're not in with it. You're not hip. You're not down with the crowd like I am. Delete me. And we're clean. Okay, so that's working nice and tidy. That's a good start. Look at that. We haven't come across a huge problem yet. Okay, so it can check for a user. Can remove a user. Can add a user. So now we want to look at the circumstances under which we want to do that. Why are these shifted? Oh, it's just because of the names. I see. Oh, and that's just a coincidence, I guess? Whatever. Anyway. We want to look for the circumstances under which it will actually be doing this. So it should ask a user before it starts collecting data, just, you know, for legal reasons. Probably just shouldn't collect anyone's data unless they've approved it. Just make you sign an EULA to talk in chat. Yeah, I don't think I need to do that. We won't take it that far. What I will do, though... Okay, so it pulls the message down, so everything feeds through to here. This is so much cleaner now. We've got two input sources. I don't remember if I ever mentioned, I did fix that issue where it was dropping inputs. It doesn't drop any inputs anymore. It gets everything. Or at least it should. Like, I tried spamming it through the Twitch chat and it didn't drop anything. So... So, I don't know if I should do this now. What I thought it should probably do is create a temp profile. And then, like, if the person chats, like, 3 times, then it says, oh, hey, we haven't met. I'm Botman. Blah, blah, blah. You know, it'll be like a 2-sentence message. Did you bring me a dinosaur? Go get it. But, you know, like, something simple. And, I think it should wait to do that until they've said a few things. Oh, which means it needs to keep track of them for a little while. Oh. Oh. Okay, so what it's gonna do is it should keep a running list while it's awake so that it's not querying every time somebody talks. Because that would be bad. But basically, every time somebody talks, it needs to check. So what I need it to do is when a message comes in, after we've parsed and before we start detecting commands. So it goes right in here. What we want to do is check the username immediately. We want to say check for user username. And we should just say if that is null, right? I don't need that second one. I don't know what I'm doing there. So if there is no user, why is it mad at me? What's the third value it needs? Oh. And then this can just still be source. Just pass that through. Love pass-through variables. So check for you. So if the user is not found, I need one more master variable here. We have our status variables. We have our user variables. Private list of strings. And what? Shatters, we'll say, equals nothing at the moment, and we should be good to go. Am I wrong about what the shape for a list is? Does a list go in curly braces? I'm not allowed to do it that way, am I? Just new list string that's empty. Like that. There we go. Now it's happy. Okay, and then what happens is when somebody new shows up, so we actually don't want to do that first. We want to say if username, or I guess if username not. Oh, nope, I'm doing that backward. I'm like in Python brain. So then if chatters dot contains username, if not that. So if it's not in the current list of chatters, and then I guess I'll have disconnecting from Twitch will clear the list of chatters. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we'll leave that for now. Because it can't just stay... well, I mean, it's going to be... it turns off every time I use it. This is something that would not be saved. Yeah. Okay. So if it's not in there, then we need that. I don't know why I got rid of that. I need to cut that and put it in here. Chatters should be a dictionary. Chatters should be a dictionary. Yes. Chatter should be a dictionary. String int chatters equals new. Perfect. So that becomes that. Chatters keys dot contains. What's the problem? Why are you mad? Oh, if chatters dot contains key username. There we go. That's what we should be using. So if it's not in the chatters list,
can you help me wake up tomorrow?
yeah. Did you take your meds?
I'm about to.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's only 9:40. Okay, so then if it doesn't find it in there, then we need to say chatters dot add and I guess we say yeah, it would just be username and then 0. And that way it can keep track of how many times one of the people on this chatters list has said something. Okay, then we want else if. And we want to say chatters of username Can you do a between on this? Can I say I don't actually have to. I was gonna say it's just to make sure it doesn't keep adding to this forever. So as long as chatters is less than 3. Then we can. So this will mean it'll say something to you on your 4th chat. And that's all we're gonna have it do for now. I just want to make sure this section of code works. So we're adding a new chatter. So we want to say chatters username +1. Okay, and then the final thing that happens, and so this is if it was in the chatters list and the chatters list was 3 or greater already, then it starts to try to add you. And for now, I just want it to say something to you. String output equals string dot format. And we just want to target that at the user who spoke. And it'll just say, I see you, which is super creepy. Okay, there we go. So now, if we turn it on, when I say 3, it should go. We're going to say test 1, 2, 3. Nope. No ICU. Interesting. What if it comes through Twitch? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out right now. Oh! So he does see us. It's saying it in the Twitch chat. Was it just after 4? Was I wrong? Oh, I was wrong. I just had the number wrong. I'm such a dumbass. Okay, well, we're good to go then. So that's working. Oh, that makes sense, because it should be starting on 1. Because we're saying if it's less than 3. Because I know computers store numbers starting from 0, but this is not... I'm not going to do that for this. This is not necessary. Okay, so on your 4th message, it will say it sees you. And then it will do that every time from there on out. So let's test that again, just to make sure that is working as said. Now it should be on the 4th message. So if I say test 1, 2, and 3, I see you. Perfect. Okay, so now we know it's watching. What we're gonna do next is Let me make sure I have this right. Now that it sees us, I need it to ask if it can collect data. And the way I'm going to phrase that is I'm going to have it say... it should introduce itself as my custom chatbot. And then say... I can keep track of you for future interactions. Or I can remember you for future interactions if you let me... if you let me track data about your chatting, track data. I had a better phrasing for this that didn't sound so scary, because it sounds scary, and I don't want it to. But I should also do this just because it's the polite and legal thing to do. So how to phrase that? I'm just going to write it here to try to remind myself, or to try to help me sort it out. Hi there. At username. I'm Austin's custom chat bot. Would you let me keep notes on your time here? Perfect. I love that. Okay. Yeah. And I think you should have to at Botman for this, because then it's very clear that you intended to say to the bot that it's okay. There's no two ways about that. He isn't storing chat logs anymore. But, yeah. How long does that feel in chat? Let's just look at it. There should be a comma after that way, just for grammar. But other than that, I think that works. And then I think we add just say at Huey Botman, remember me. I'll take that. And put it here. Oh, it's not the quote that's the problem, it's the @ sign. No, it is the quote that's the problem. Just say, @Botman, remember me. Perfect. There we go. That's the way it's supposed to be formatted. Had to bump around it, but we figured it out. Okay, and then if we test that... Test 1, 2, 3. Hey there, @Austin. I'm Austin's custom chatbot. Would it be okay if I kept notes on your time here? That way I can remember you for future interactions. Just say @Botman, remember me. I think that works, right? I guess we should check that on Twitch just to be sure. Test 1, 2, 3. That's perfect. I think that looks pretty good. It seems friendly. Perfect phrasing, Melody. Thank you. And then I guess it'll just have to keep a list of people who have asked not to be remembered so that they don't get harassed every time. Because it's not like the other functions won't work if you ask not to be remembered. It just won't remember you. Like, nothing related to the user profile stuff will function. But the other bot function, like everything that works up until now, will still work just fine. And everything outside of this Tamagotchi thing will work fine. And then, I mean, you don't want it to keep doing that. So, actually, I should disconnect first and close that. Okay, so then, if it's already reached out, I think we say chatter's username. We'll still have it iterate. And then all of this only happens if chatter's is less than what, 5? So it'll only try and say that to you twice, right? Oh, and then that shouldn't be like that. That should be that. And then we should take all 3 of these lines, cut them out of here, and paste them in there. Okay, now it'll only ask you that twice. I guess I don't really have any way to know that it's doing that. Because it doesn't clear the responses list. Maybe it should be doing that. Well, I'm not going to worry about that right now. We can see in the Twitch chat if it's repeating itself. So we'll launch, and we'll bring the Twitch chat over here, and we just want to connect the bot, and then we can say test 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it only did it once. Oh, yeah, of course it did. I put that in the wrong spot. That goes there. Now it should do it twice. Okay. Okay, perfect. It does it twice. And then I think, I mean, it's kind of overdoing it, but overdoing it is kind of my thing. I would like it to have a slightly different message the second time so it doesn't seem so pushy. Because if you chat once and it says that to you, and then you chat again and it says it again, and it's not different, you might be worried it's just going to keep doing that forever, and you might not chat again. So we say this is if chatter's username equals 4. So that's empty so that it's happy with us. It didn't want to... It can't set the response display to a null. It has to be at least an empty string. Okay, and then we can just... duplicate that, and we say if it's 5... I won't ask again, that makes it all feel very passive-aggressive, but... I won't bother you again sounds sad. But we do want it to have personality. Okay, I'll check that one more time. Test, test, test. Okay, then it says the first phrase, then it says the second phrase. Perfect. Says it twice, then it leaves you alone. I think that's good enough. I'm going to run to the bathroom really quick, and then I will be right back. And maybe we're going to start working on the basics of the health system. Possibly. Or actually, I guess the next thing it needs to do is keep track of recent interactions. Yeah, I think so. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. So, I don't know what I was thinking. We weren't done with this. So now we know it does all of that. And this is actually just to proposition a new chatter. And then we want to go down here to the interact commands. And I think what we're going to do... Because he is... Hold on, let me just go back to this really quick to make sure. Yeah, just UE underscore Botman. Yep, all lowercase. Nothing. I don't think you... Can you have capital letters in your username on Twitch? I don't know. Can't remember. Okay. Oh, right, yeah, you've got tons of capitals in your name. I've seen it in so many different ways. I forget which one is the... I've definitely seen it in lowercase also. I know I've seen that somewhere. Okay, so those are all the diagnostic versions of the command. So let's do the real version of add me, because this one is actually a direct command. That would probably be on Steam where you can't have caps. Ah, okay. Well, there you go. So if and we want to say message dot, or no, it should just be message equals. And it should be at UE underscore Botman. Remember me. And then first thing it needs to do is check for the player. Because if you already exist, then that doesn't really work. So we want to say if check for user what is my actual output for check for user? Let's look at that string output again. How's that formatted? It targets the person that is talking to. It says found. Then it says the username on that on the source currently being used. Then the name of the source, and then what the actual profile name is. So, like in my case, that would be at unenlightened live, found unenlightened live at Twitch, profile unenlightened. That's what that would look like. You've been capitalizing the IMM ever since you were playing Webkins in elementary school. Any particular reason, or just stylistically you were a fan? Because to keep this simple for now... we can just say the source ID, well, for this one would be because it's remember me, so it's username. And then use a username again, even though we don't really need it. And source is another pass-through. And we don't need to do the rest of the file declarations. Why is it mad at me? Oh, yeah, because then we have to say if it's not null. Or I guess if it is null. Because you want it to be null in order to add somebody, right? Then we go down and we say string when do we get to insert mode? Don't do that. Okay, then you want to say output equals add user. Oh, and for now it'll just add them with whatever username you give it. And then we'll add the ability to modify that. That's how we're going to approach this. That's the most straightforward thing to do here. So that's what we're going to do for now. Right now it'll add the username under the name you're currently using. So if it does not find the user, then it'll add the user. If it does find the user, that means it'll return something. So output equals check for user. Actually, we'll just say we'll say how do we phrase this exactly? We want to say the source, right? So we'll say source user already found profile name, and then we do the profile name, and then gotta put that back to the beginning, string dot format, and then 0 is username. Okay. And then 1 is a little bit of a bitch because I have to extract it out of the check for user function. Actually, there's a slightly better way to do this, so we're not calling this twice. So if check equals no, blah, 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 otherwise check. But we don't actually want check. we want... What do we want to pull it from? So it's formatted like this. So we want to strip it all the way up to profile : space and then start from there. Who's doing good substring stuff? Quote commands, probably. I need to just remind myself what the functions are. So what I think I want to do here is check dot index of, and then it would be profile this, index of this. Just not make sure we don't get that wrong. Okay. So that'll make it into an integer, which is not what we want. So we want to say string, or we want to say check dot substring, and then that is our start index. And we want to say that plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we'll say 10 is the actual start index. So that's the space, or the index right after the space here should be index 10. And so it will pick up from there. So we have that all the way at the end. And I can just do that. So let's see if that does the trick. Oh wait, no, hold on. Damn it. Stop, Botman. Abort. Okay. One more thing. I just need to go down here and do these two, which keep getting repeated everywhere. Which to me is a sign that I should probably have that at the end somewhere. But we'll do another round of cleanup later. That's not... We did a real nice cleanup before I moved on to 0.3. I don't need to do that all over again right now. This is working well enough as it is. So, I say test, test, test. This is when you should say hi to me. Okay. Then you should say the second thing. Then you shouldn't say anything else at all. Good. And then I should be able to say at UE Botman, remember me. And I don't think that you did. I did write it correctly. Let's see if maybe it's the @Botman. It's the @Botman. So is there something about how we're parsing the messages that would be a problem there? The police are really mad. Yeah, they're doing their thing. They go by every once in a while. The raw messages look like. I don't think those were remembered. They were not. Yeah, that's not working. Okay. So for some reason, making the thing at the beginning be @Botman breaks this. And it's gotta have something to do with how I parse my messages. So if I change it back to that, will it be happy now? it added me as Austin at local. So it's the @UEAustin that's causing the problem. Is it removing the @ sign, maybe? Need to figure out why that's doing that. Because it's doing it for the local messages too, so it's not something Twitch is doing. Is it the underscore? Oh, wait, let's make sure this user is not in here. Not there. You say, hey, remember me. What? What the fuck? This one is confusing. Because it still very much starts with A. Like, why would it be different if it was the symbol I was using before? Why would that matter? Oh. Oh. Are we stacking problems here? Because if we say if message starts with @UE Austin or UE Botman, right? And then we say message equals message dot substring starting from index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Starting from index 11. And that's what message is now from here on. So if it's remember me, get time, we'll just do those two for now to make sure this is working. So I should be able to say at UE Botman get time. Still no? Am I doing my substrings wrong? Why is this not working? Because we have the magic of programming indeed. So what I'm trying to figure out here is why it's not accepting that as input. Or why it's not accepting that as a... What in the world? The way we get here, oh Christ, that's what's wrong. It's this. Because that's our fundamental detect command thing. So we need to take this out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 letters long, so it is. It's going to be on 11. I don't know if that's actually a concern for any of these. Yeah, that one will be. Or no, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it should be 18. And the rest of these are fine. We found our smoking gun here. So I'm gonna pull all of that. Well, that doesn't bode well. We missed a bracket. And then we want to put this all the way up here outside of the regular commands. Because we've still already done our message parsing by this point. All of that is still clear. Now we try and run it. Oh, you better be fucking kidding me. Oh, it's the only one I didn't fix. You Botman, get time. This is the one. Are you fucking kidding me? This is why I don't say things. What's wrong with it now? The message is get time. Don't be a bastard here. Should definitely see that. Message starts with @Botman. It should have already trimmed local message or private message off of it. That should already have happened. bits at a time. We're figuring it out. So it's doing the get. It's getting the message. And message received is. It's after this? So if it's none of that. If I make this an else if, will it be happier? I don't know why it would be, but let's find out. Okay. Well, that at least tells us. Wait, it's not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be doing that anymore. There we go. That ought to do it. Ah, thank the Lord. There we go. Okay, there's the time in UTC, so we are good to go. Alrighty. So now. Let's say at UE Botman. What did I say it was? Get time, my name, add me, check for me. We're getting close here. It's finding the profiles. Oh, you know what? I should have it. Okay. We're getting there. Oh, but it still knows who I am because I've been chatting. So then if I clear this, and then we F5, and I chat, Then it asks me. And then I can say at Botman, remember me. And then it will, and then if I chat again, it won't say anything. So that's working. Okay, so far this is looking good. Oh, I need to make sure now that it's reading that it will also read it from Twitch. So we break the Twitch window back out again. And we unmute and we connect. Ooh. Not reading. As of right now, this error for some reason still freezes the bot. It does bail out at some point sometimes. I just don't quite have that right. It should be catching that error, stopping, and trying again automatically without even involving the user. I'm just not doing that. As far as I know, that's the only crash scenario right now. There might be one other one, but it's uncommon, and it's from a diagnostic command. I had to check for the word there. So we can put it to sleep. Try that again. Okay, connected properly that time, and we say at UE Botman get time. Okay. Nice. Successfully added user unenlightened live. Okay. And then our check for me. Okay. It's a lot of times to have my name printed, but that works. Okay, we disconnect and we close. That's off to a very good start. We've got some basic memory functions going here. It remembers who the player is, or who the user is. I kind of want it to not be possible to add somebody else, so we're going to get rid of add me. I know it was called add me, but it was the ability to add somebody else, which we're not going to do. Okay, so it's checking for the it's checking for the new chatter. Do I need to keep an up-to-date list of who's chatting and how much they're chatting? in even if they're joined, like if they've done add me or remember me already. Maybe. I don't think so, though. I so desperately want to incorporate a language model into this thing. It's just not a barrel of monkeys I'm willing to open right now. I guess we can go ahead and add the next thing you should be able to do. And basically, I'm going to need to copy the first chunk of this every time. But what we want is update profile name. The profile name is going to be what it calls you. And we basically just want to do if message dot starts with call me. And then we'll have it accept the first. What's the longest name? Like the longest real name? $747 characters long. Okay, well, we'll find a happy medium there then, I think. I'm sorry to. Hold on, what was the name? I'm sorry to. What do we got here? Hubert Blaine. I mean, this isn't 747 characters long. But the last name itself is a doozy. Wolfish Schlegel Steinhausen Bergerdorf. Wolfish Schlegel Steinhausen Bergerdorf. Senior. We'll give it 32 characters. That's what we'll give it. So if the message starts with Botman, call me, that means there's a junior out there. I would assume that's what that implies, yeah. The bloodline continues. I'm not going to try to repeat that from memory. It's like Hubert, Gerbert, Stein, Bosseldorf. Something. Okay, so if the message starts with call me, has to check for the user first. And if it does not equal null, and then that's just not found, and it doesn't need the rest of these values. Okay, so now we need a completely new function. Oops. That we were going to call public static string edit user. Or edit names. Okay. And we have string profile name. Wait a minute. Do I want to use the profile name? Because I want it to be able to, like, you shouldn't have to specify me. Is it using the profile name or the source ID? It's using the source ID. No, it's not. I just need to nest this. I was right. Profile name is what we want in this like parent function, in this top level function. Username. String subfolder equals boop-a-doo. Okay. And then we're starting this with string output equals whatever, return output. There, we can all be happy like that for the time being. Oh, I thought you would be okay with that. Alright, I guess you're not. There. Go in peace. Okay, and what we basically want to do is just like you would for anything else. Or no, the decision, the check for user should happen outside this. Let's see. And then you'll also need the ability to merge profiles. Like when you join on... I was already looking at it. Hooking it up to Discord doesn't look like it's going to be much harder than hooking it up to Twitch. So it might not be too long before Botman's just running all the time. Like, I'll boot him when I boot my computer, and that'll just kind of be it. so first thing we want to do is the whole dictionary import thing. Actually, we basically want to do the same thing we're doing for remove user. Except instead of removing the user, we are going to change the name. Yeah, so we'll need to pull the username from the message. No. My brain's frying here. It's getting a little late. Okay. So dictionary. Yeah, it's pulling in the dictionary. Then it is iterating through the dictionary through each user profile in the dictionary. Then it's checking to see if instead of source ID we need to use profile name. Oh, yeah. And then instead of doing a dot contains, it's just if user profile dot value equals this. Or no, user profile dot key. Sorry, key. There we go. Now it's happy. Okay. So it's basically saying, as it goes through the list of profiles, if the profile name, which is userprofile.key, matches oh, yeah, okay, so I don't need any of this either. That's why that looked weird to me. It just needs to match user profile. I'm backpedaling for a reason. We really probably should have it pulling from it should be pulling from the the Twitch name in order to do this. Because if I'm leaving it open for you to enter a profile name, that's setting it up for somebody else to be able to edit your profile information, which shouldn't be possible. So it should only work if, it should only work if you are the person. Which means I should keep that working the same way the remove user works, where it's checking to make sure your username is in that list. So it is checking for your source ID. We've got the source ID in there now. And it's just going to pull your username for that. And then we have string new name. That's the additional argument on this one. Okay. So that's if it doesn't find you. And then it pulls in the dictionary, iterates through the dictionary, going through one user profile at a time. For each user profile, it's checking the ID list to see if the username you're messaging from matches. If it finds that profile, then it will update the name. Now I need to look at what we do in add user. Because we need to do this. For each key value pair string, list of strings in the dictionary of the particular user, we basically need to rebuild it. We need to make a temp dictionary. Yeah, because otherwise we're going to run into the same problem we ran into when we were trying to do the user add code in the first place, which was the fact that I can't. It'll reference the dictionary. If I try to say one dictionary equals another, it'll reference, which is not what we want to do. We want to iterate through it and copy the data over. So if I'm going to do that, use your noodle, Austin. Do we really have to do that? Because we have more information than we have in that situation. So is there a simpler way to go about this? I feel like there is. Because if we say... user profile dot key ID. I don't know if that... I shouldn't be allowed to do that, right? There's no way it's going to let me do that. Cannot convert from string to int. Oh, word. Yeah, that should be the value. What are the overloads on remove? Why doesn't it tell me what the overloads are? What's the out value? I don't know what that means. I don't know what out is. That's news to me. So we have to do this. And it's not profile name we want, it's new name. And then we want to go through and copy all of the data from the other one. Which we also did over here. So for each, yeah, this is what we want. We want that. So then we iterate through all of the data in but how do we have the username? Oh, we do. We have user profile dot key. We've got that. Okay, so we're iterating through that as we should be. Okay, so for each in the dictionary, that's the current one, we're going to add that to profile name. Yeah, so dict of new name dot add parameter. Ta-da. No ta-da? Why are you mad? What else did you want? String, key value pair, string, list of strings, parameter. And you were looking for... Why are you mad at me? There's no argument given that corresponds to the required formal parameter value. I framed something wrong? Oh, parameter.key. Parameter.value. Got it. There we go. Okay, and then it will remove the old profile with all of the data intact, and that should be it. That should be a bing bang boom. So we just need to have it say it correctly. At username. So we've got profile name blank, which is going to be user profile dot key, like what we have just to the right here, and then that one. No, hey, stop it. And then this should be new name. New name. Has been changed to 2. Okay. And then if it doesn't find you, it'll just say it doesn't find you. So now we need to actually call this function, which is called edit name. Should be edit name. It will be edit names, which is why I called it that originally. But I'm not going to deal with that right now. I wanted it to be able to, like, if your username changed on Twitch, you could be able to tell it that it changed. But it should actually do that by coming across you on Twitch. So, We'll stick with editing the profile name right now. So this is going to be output edit name. So the new name is going to be message.substring, and we start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That should be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we start from index 19. Then we move on from there. Source ID is just going to be username right now. That remains username. That remains source. We leave all that alone. I guess I did have it checking. We're kind of double passing on that, but that's okay. That's not hurting anybody for the time being. So in order to use it, I should just say at Botman, call me whatever. And do we have any data in there right now? Yes. So what I should be able to do is run this, because that data is still the data that's being used. And I should be able to, through Twitch, say, first of all, that profile name doesn't seem right. So that means it's appending one too far. So we'll make this 9. I don't know if that'll fix in real time. Some of them do and some of them don't. Let's see. It doesn't fix it in real time, but that's okay. Actually, I do need that to be correct. So we're going to reboot it. Start it up again. We connect. We unmute. I want to say that Botman. It does remember me. Okay, we're okay there. And then I want to say Botman. Was it edit name? Fuck, I don't remember what the command was. Call me. That makes sense. Call me Austin. Interesting. User unenlightened live not found, you say? And that means it was tripping here. Let me try again. Oh, that's weird. It's taking a second to boot. That doesn't usually happen. I don't know what that's about. I guess we'll just kill it and try it again. Yes. Okay, I guess we're fine now. We connect again, and I just want to say... Whoa! We crashed out? Collection was modified. Enumeration operation may not execute. Right. It can't keep iterating after it's been modified. That makes sense. Botman has indeed gone rogue. Okay. But the write all text is the only real problem there. And theoretically it shouldn't catch anything else after this. We'll deal with not letting it make duplicate names in a minute. That's a must-have before launch. We have to be able to do a that name's already taken thing. But we're not going to worry about that right now. And then I just delete that line, right? I think that should work. One more time. Wait, it got the name right? It managed to fix the name before it crashed. Okay. That's interesting. Oh no, not me. Botman, call me Mr. Awesome Pants. What's wrong with Mr. Awesome Pants? Oh, yeah, true. Okay, we still have the same problem. Now the data should still show Mr. Awesome Pants. Which it does. Which is hilarious. But we're crashing out. Because... mostly because I'm dumb. Like, that's a good place to start when we're talking about what's wrong here. I wish I could... there should be a way to just give a loop a kill variable. Maybe there is... Or just like, cause like back in my Python days, there was always just break, which like the break function would just get you out of whatever loop you were in, and then continue running the code. I don't know if that's an option in C#. There's probably some kind of equivalent, but I'm just not sure what it is. There is a break. Oh, and it does break all the way at the for each. Okay, so maybe this will work. Because it doesn't need to proceed after it finds the one it's looking for. That's fine. Because, again, we're not going to have duplicate usernames. So... remember me. Okay. Check for me. I mean, we know that's working because it's presenting it that way, but just to confirm, Nighthawk is in the data. Unenlightened Live at Twitch is the username. It knows who I am. That works. Okay. That's cool. So now what we need to do is a little bit of cleanup. Because there are a couple of things that are slightly wrong about the way this is set up. So, like we have our duplicate checks for whether or not the name already exists. We don't need to check for that multiple times, that's for sure. And I should probably simplify that because I'm going to be repeating this, like, if user profile.value user IDs contains string.format, this one right here, this function that basically says check through the user IDs on you know, all of the profiles and check to see if any of them combined with the source that this is coming from are a match for the person who messaged Botman from that source. That is something it will need to do to find the user profile every time it needs to do anything for that user. So that needs to be a little more streamlined, to say the least. Now that we know what we're doing, I basically need to rewrite this interactions class to function the way that it really needs to, which has happened like time and time again with all of these subclasses, but this one has been extra confusing. It's working. It's just the tiers of data get really confusing to me. The fact that we've got like dictionary within dictionary is messing up my noodle. We're there though. Like the parts are starting to fall into place where we're actually pulling down the user data. And then after it's pulling down, like after it knows, then like one of its baseline checks anytime anyone says anything is going to be, are you one of my active users? And for each person it should probably check that one time per stream, right? Like every time it's on, it checks that again. So then maybe that's not something it's pulling up all the time. Because if it doesn't have to reverse search for the username, we can put a stop to that by having it save a list that's just running during the chat the same way this one is up here. Chatters. And then friends. The people Botman knows. And so then basically when they're showing up and it's doing this whole thing, where are we? Here. And this really should just say detect new chatters. So if it's not in the chatters list, and then it is in the check for users list, then we want to add their username and whatever check for user gave us. And how does check for user deliver its data again? Which definitely needs to be fixed, but we'll deal with that in a minute. Gives me its data as the username, like for a targeted message, then found, then the source ID, the source, and then the profile name. Okay. So then what I need to do there is I only need to pull the profile name. The rest of the information is clean. We've ripped profiles out of check for user before to do this. Right? Yes, this right here. Dot substring. Yeah, this whole business right here. All the way through to that 9. So we need that. I want to bring that up here. And it's not check that we want. It's check for user dot substring. Why not? Oh, I'm just not allowed to do that with a method? Okay. So we'll leave that the way it was then. And we have to do this again. and then we just say if check equals null, then you do that. Otherwise, blah blah blah. Okay, and then what we want to do here is we want to say friends dot add it's going to be user name at no, just username. It's supposed to be strings. No, that's supposed to be an integer, but it's not going to be. Are you missing a parentheses? Yes. Okay, I think it should be happy with most of that. So now it will also keep track of people that it knows and what their username is, so that we have that as a faster pull if we can. Okay, and this isn't all going to happen right now because we're coming to a close here. But what I now need to do, and I should take a note of that, and we basically just want to say this part of the function now adds chatters to a list called friends, which stores the source ID with the profile name for faster recall in future operations, so that the profile name only needs to be queried once per stream, or once per boot. I'm actually gonna, for faster recall, there we go. Need to add I really want to flag this for myself. Or actually, need to adjust. Because what I need to do is I need to adjust any bot functions that use profile name to check friends list first. possibly give file manager or interactions.cs access to the friends. Okay. And I think on that note, that's a good place to stop, because anything from here is going to be a big dive in. So I am going to say goodnight for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast as always. We got some good stuff figured out with Botman here tonight. We'll be back tomorrow on the regular Twitch stream with... I'm not really sure. I haven't decided yet, but we'll wing it. I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I think we got a good chunk done for today. Progress in the right direction at the very least. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching the VOD, you can join us in the Twitch streams, or in the Patreon streams in real time by joining over on Patreon at UE_Austin. And that's all the stuff. Bye, Melody. Thanks for hanging out. See you later, Jakob, if you're in there lurking somewhere. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.